Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 697 of the Drunk Nerds Podcast. I'm host as always, I'm Tyler, and join me, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Tell you what, man, this past week has been more or less like a blur. I've been on vacation for the week from my workplace. Definitely needed some bit of recharging and stuff after the initial Thanksgiving Day holiday and like the Black Friday retail stuff from that. So having the week off after that, I think that was the right move for me. Obviously, things off and on and stuff. I had a chance to visit a whole bunch of different like storefronts and stuff because my mom is always loving to go through different things. Like say like with Walmart or through Michael's or through Home Depot or whichever and stuff. And it's like, oh hey, you're home now. Here, it's more opportunity for us to go just do some retail shopping. Jeez. And of course, for me, I pretty much got finished with most of my Christmas shopping. I have gotten plenty of stuff for my younger brother. He's moderately autistic. He really loves bits of DVDs, and I actually have like a couple of things that he will love. He wanted a specific controller for his Switch 2, so I ended up
Ooh.
getting that from Walmart today. But today, arriving in the mail, he actually got I he has been asking for the complete series for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? But he
Oh,
wants it in a specific type of storage thing. And he wants it in this turtle van, right? And
oh,
so
I know
there
what you're
was
talking
this,
about. Okay.
yeah. So it took me a long while. I had to spend like a little bit more than I thought I was going to on it, but he's got the complete series now instead of his turtle van. But yeah, got gifts like that. I actually also got my dad like a couple of gifts as well. One of them's been delayed for a little bit. The box of baseball cards that he has, like one of those complete sets that they do for Tops or something like that.
Yeah.
But another one just arrived yesterday. I got him another Sherpa blanket. Like he's got a big old Sherpa blanket for the San Francisco 49ers. Barrier jock growing up. He's loves his Bay Area sports teams. I got him one for the Golden State Warriors.
Cool.
So I feel like he'll love this one too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But that's just the thing, though. It's like with my dad and stuff. I mean, he's getting up there in age. He's getting close to his 80s. So it's like I'm cherishing almost like nearly every moment that I do have with him when he's like, you know, in the right frame of mind and stuff. And he's doing this. He's been fairly chill for the past few days, which has been amazing.
That's
It
great.
has been. He's
Yeah.
been with it. He's been this and that and stuff. But mostly throughout this week, though, I've had a chance to do a couple of different things. One was test out a couple different video games. I did play some bit of stuff on my Series X and also on my PS5 yesterday as well. I also did a little bit of a purchase,
Uh-oh.
and it's going to be something that you probably didn't expect.
Okay. Okay.
So I got myself a Steam Deck.
did my little nudge I sent you last week help you get there?
Well, a little bit, but it wasn't the catalyst for it, though. The
Oh.
catalyst for it, I mean, yes, it did help, obviously. The
You
this whole sales for the Steam Deck,
could
the
have just said
LCD
yes.
stuff. I mean, but I just want to be truthful for you. Yeah, that was part of the
Lie to me.
catalyst and stuff.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the other thing is when my work every year and stuff, when they give their holiday bonuses to their like to us employees and stuff, they always gives us like some sort of gift card with a certain amount. Well, I saved that alongside like waiting for my last paycheck, and I managed to scramble things together, and I got myself a Steam Deck OLED.
Oh, okay. Look, you fancy
I,
pants.
dude, I've been wanting to get one of these for a while now because I know that the LCD Steam Deck and stuff was I could have gone that route and stuff, and that would have been fine. But I wanted to have this OLED one because I love when I used to play like stuff on my Switch OLED and stuff, and like things pop, things look fairly nice and stuff. Plus, I have a fucking sizable library anyway. I can wait for my next paycheck if I want to try to get something. But it's just the fact that I wanted to kind of future-proof myself because I know you've been playing a whole bunch of stuff on your Steam Deck off and on and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that, and you really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
What was hilarious is when I went to Walmart and I got one of those Steam Deck cards, like $100 one,
Oh.
the damn thing, I went out the door and stuff like that. The Walmart the greeter or something like that, the guys that generally just check your receipts and stuff like that. He's like, "Oh man," it's like I didn't know they had those large denominations for like the Steam cards. It's like I know, right? They have like a couple 50s and like a couple $100 ones.
Yeah.
They usually have like a 20, like $20. That's usually what you see in the modern retailers.
Yeah.
So I'm telling him, yeah, I'm gonna use this for Steam Deck. It's like, oh man, I love my Steam Deck, dude. It's like freaking like
That's awesome. Yeah.
I know, dude. It's one of those things though where it's like I want to play one of these PC handhelds, right? I mean, I'm happy with the Switch 2. I have plenty of games I can play for it. I have plenty of games I can play for any of my devices though, but I want to have something where I could just dabble with and stuff. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna fire up a couple indie games or something on here, just play it on this or that and stuff. It's like I have, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I could do Megabonk, I could do Silk Song, I could do whatever. But other than that, though, I am kind of bummed out because tomorrow the Niners don't play for the first time, and I've checked this ever since the 1990 season when they implemented the bye week. The Niners have never had a bye week, week 14.
Yeah.
They've had a week 13 bye. They've had plenty of week 6 and week 9 buys. There's actually been a weird ass thing where, like in 2000, they had like a week 3 bye or something like that. Which
Probably
is like,
hurt. I think there was that was a year. I think there was like a hurricane year where like they had to move the game around because one of the teams they played against got hurt. That's happened before. Like I remember
right.
years back, the Texans had like a week 1 bye because their Houston got hit with the hurricane. So like that's probably what that one was.
Oh yeah, no shit. I forgot about that. But obviously, I'm not going to be able to watch the Niners tomorrow. But I am going to be watching intently, not just because of fantasy football stuff. Which, speaking of that, I'm facing off against the commissioner of our league for talking ship, Fish, and I'm definitely, I'm definitely like dotting my I's, crossing my T's. And I'm going to be fairly interested because now I have the dilemma between, okay, who do I start? Who do I start? Jalen Hurts or do I start Jaden Daniels? I've been filtrating things across my mind. But what I'm mostly excited for tomorrow is I want to see what happens in the NFC. I want to see what the Packers do against the Bears.
Dub.
I want to see what the Seahawks are going to do, or the Rams
lose.
Quite honestly, because all of these teams, if push comes to shove and something happens, the Niners could actually go and get the 2 seed coming in the next week if things play out right.
Yeah.
Which that would be freaking hilarious to me with how everything's been so like wild for the NFL entirely, for the fucking injuries here, this and that. But another thing I'm kind of happy about is 49er Hall of Famer Roger Craig, the first NFL player to actually get 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in a season back in 1985. He is one of the finalists for the NFL Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Which, quite honestly, that's well deserved because ever since that feat, there's only been like 2 other players that have done similar stuff. That's Marshall Faulk and the 49ers Christian McCaffrey. So I am so excited to see if he gets inducted in. They have 5 finalists, right? They have like Robert Kraft and like friggin' Bill Belichick or something. They have, I forget the name of the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they have I think they have like a lineman for the Vikings or something like that. I don't know the other names of the other players besides like 3 people.
I'm literally pitching. He's number 9. He was number 9.
Mm-hmm.
He tore his ACL in that playoff game against the Steelers. Then he went to the Cardinals and the Raiders. I don't remember his name. I'm thinking John Kitna, and that's not right. So he was.
No, it's not Kitna. This is before Kitna.
He was on the before Kitna.
I think this was. I think it was.
Was he the USC quarterback, the pretty boy?
Oh my God! Now I gotta have to look this up here.
There's not very many good quarterbacks in Bengals history.
Hall of Fame.
He was number 9. He was playing.
Yeah, he was number 9. Stuff Purple Bowl Hall of Fame.
He was on the cover of College Football 2003. I want to say he won the Heisman, number 1 overall pick. All right, this is for the podcast. We're looking up NFL Hall
Yeah, we're just looking at the NFL stuff here because I'm
2025.
just checking out the finalists here for the Hall of Fame. I know this is a gaming podcast, but this kind of ties into
I don't
things
know.
too
I don't
here.
see him on here anywhere. What are you talking about?
Okay, so the finalists here for the NFL Hall of Fame, you have Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, which are among the
You said the
finalists here.
quarterback for the Bengals?
I think. Let me double check here.
I got
You
Eli.
have Ken Anderson. Ken Anderson and then L.C. Greenwood. Those are the other senior finalists, alongside Roger Craig.
I don't know who any of those people are. I know Roger Craig is.
Okay, so Ken Anderson. Let me know this little thing here. Anderson, Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, I guess he did.
Yeah.
Okay, he was number 14. Okay.
Yes, Bengals
Who the
great
fuck was I
QB
thinking about?
Ken Anderson. He's a strong candidate. Let's see. He was the NFL MVP back in 1981 and holding several records. So yeah, this dude was definitely before
Okay, I was thinking of Carson
Boomer and
Palmer.
Tyson.
I was thinking.
No.
Okay, that's who I'm like. Okay, I'm like, all right. I'm like, why is he getting the fucking Hall of Fame? we running out of players. All right.
But anyways, man, yeah, I'm excited for football for tomorrow, barring kind of depressing the Niners don't play. But other than that, though, that's pretty much been what I've done this past week here. Tyler, how have you been doing?
I'm doing all right, clanging and banging as always. It's Iowa, so it's we went from like snowstorm last weekend to it was like in the 30s and went on a -6. Then it got almost to 40 today, and now we're getting we got an ice storm tonight, so that's pretty great. But I'm doing all right otherwise, just kind of holding it up, not really, just kind of one of those weekends where it's like, all right, I'm not going anywhere for a few days probably. So I went to the store, got all my shit and stuff like that. I'm gonna hunker down. I got my Steam Deck sitting over there.
There you go.
Yeah, so I play a lot of my Steam. It's funny. I think since the Switch 2's come out, I play my Steam Deck more. Literally, my Switch 2 is sitting right here. Pretty sure the battery died weeks ago. It's just been sitting here. Yeah. So I'm doing okay. Gables, we were talking about Black Friday stuff last week, and you had a bunch of stuff to show off, and then you had to one up me with your Steam Deck. I ordered some stuff.
Not intentionally, but
yeah, you did it on purpose. We don't have to lie. I ordered a bunch of stuff, but I hadn't come yet. So I do have some stuff to show off here.
Yeah.
So for audio listeners, I do dare apologize, but I will say it as we get it. I got this badass Tears of the Kingdom
that's a
Link
cool
statue here. Dude, it is literally the size of my head.
It is literally the size of your head.
Yeah, it's like, I think like 9 inches tall. And then I mentioned this on the podcast, right? I knocked it. I bumped into it. I knocked a bunch of shit off of it. Unfortunately, you got to put together. But I mentioned I got the Horizon Zero Dawn, or Forbidden West Collector Edition. It was a clearance on the PlayStation for $30, and I love the Horizon games. So the statue that came with it that I wanted, it's missing some pieces. So bear with me. I apologize. This thing is gigantic.
God dang, dude, that's like something you would put on the top of like your display case or something.
Yes,
dude.
I don't know where to put it. It's literally sitting on my like stand over here next to my couch. I don't know. I don't have anywhere to put it. This thing, it's like a solid like 50. I can murder somebody with it. It's fucking hefty as hell. I can't even. I have to like hold it with 2 hands. I dropped another piece while I was showing it off, so that's my luck with that thing. And then Gables. Oh, so as the #1 Atlas fan on the podcast, I think we can all agree on that I am the #1 Atlas fan on this podcast. No, there's no debate there whatsoever. I made some purchases as well. GameStop was doing a buy 2 get 1 free for used games. I'm like I'll kind of peruse a little bit, and I've started. I'm not gonna talk about this week. I'll talk about next week. But I've started my journey on Persona 5 Royale.
Yes.
So I'll talk about more. I'm 20 hours in, so I'm pretty hefty into it. I made some purchases, Gables, for GameStop here. I want to just show off to you. So I bought Raidu, the Mystery of Soulless Army, which is like the prelude to the Persona games, I believe. Gables, I'm not done yet.
It's definitely a spin-off. I know that for a fact, but I know it was like one of the Devil Summoner games, I think, from PS2. That's a remake.
Yeah, like the Jack Frost character is in it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
I also bought Persona 5 Strikers. And then Gables, last but not least here, the free game, Persona 5 Tactica.
Damn, dude, you're really getting into like the initial.
Gables, as
That's
as
funny.
the number one Atlas fan on this podcast, no debate whatsoever. I have talked about it for several years. My fandom of Atlas games, going all the way back to Catherine, back on
man.
during the Xbox 360 era, 2009 or 10 when that came out. Love that game. Beat it multiple times. Gables, how many times did you beat Catherine?
I never even played Catherine, so I know
there you
that
go.
for
See,
a
number
fact.
one Atlas fan right here. How many times have you beat
Yep.
Persona 3 Reload, Gables?
I haven't beaten that. Just played a little bit
We're
of it.
not keep going on though. Gables, what about Metaphor Refantasio?
Yeah, I know. I haven't played that yet.
Number one
either.
Atlas fan on the podcast, baby. Let's go. And Gables, I have one final announcement I need to make to you, Gables. How long have we known each other?
And what's that? About 13 years, roughly.
13 years.
Maybe a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, give or take, about 13 years. We've been doing this podcast for almost 13. What do I consider the lowest form of entertainment?
The lowest form of entertainment?
Yeah. You know me.
Lowest form of entertainment.
I rip on it all the time. It's not Sonic.
I know, you make fun of anime stuff all the time.
You're goddamn right, Gables. And I have an important announcement to make on this podcast, Gables. I'm down so bad right now. Things are so dire for me right now. I'm down so bad. This is what 3 months after being laid off will do to you.
Okay.
I'm on season 2 of My Hero Academia.
What?
I'm on season 2 of My Hero Academia.
You gotta... Okay, I gotta absorb this for a second here. So, this is the dude who outright just does not watch anime. He doesn't really give a shit and stuff like that. And you got sucked into My Hero Academia.
I'm on season 2 of My Hero Academia, yes.
Man, it's not saying... It's like... I'm just surprised, man, because it's like... That's something that I would think you probably would steered away from, dude, because there are definitely some fan service stuff that's inside that series. There's definitely some interesting moments and stuff. I mean, it definitely is like a superhero style of like series. I mean, I think I'm like a little bit past like season 2 personally, because I remember getting really into the first couple seasons. I got Crunchyroll as well. I can always just finish up some bits of stuff.
I got Gables. I sent it for Crunchyroll.
You did too.
I sent it for Crunchyroll. It was $3 a month for like 3 months for Black Friday.
So
I've hit rock bottom. I'm a fucking weeb now, Gables. Are you happy?
Okay, you watching
ooh woo.
a season.
I'm just gonna start going ooh woo now. Is that what you guys do? You fucking nerds. Am I a fucking nerd now, Gables? You happy now? Ooh woo.
Well, quite honestly, people will probably already say you're a nerd because you've been playing so much of the goddamn like Persona games. But still,
I'm just a number one fan of Atlas. That's all on this podcast.
Oh no, but honest to God, I am happy that you're finding enjoyment out of watching an animated series. All it takes is one series that you really like, that you really resonates with you, and you'll start looking for other stuff to watch.
Gables, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you say Dragon Ball, Gables, we might. I'm not that bad. I'm not a piece of shit. I won't watch Dragon Ball or Naruto.
Okay. So barring that, I think a series that you would really, I think I would really recommend you watching is Cowboy Bebop. It's not long. Okay. It's 26 episodes.
I can live with that.
And I think that you would really enjoy that.
Okay. Well,
it's not.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is there's no filler arcs or anything. It's not like Dragon Ball or Bleach or Naruto or the 1,000 some odd episodes of One Piece.
Well, yeah, definitely One Piece.
It is something that's bite-sized. You want to watch something that is going to be excellent. I actually got 2 recommendations. One is Cowboy Bebop, and the other is Trigun. Both of those are mainstays, in my honest opinion, because I grew up watching these as a teen for back in Adult Swim, way back when, but both are quality series.
Okay. I'm not doing great, Gables, right now. I feel I don't like that I've gone down to your level. And started watching anime, so it's not the process here. Honestly, I saw there's a Nier Automata anime, and I'm like, oh, I love Nier Automata. I didn't know there's an anime, so I'm like, oh, I've heard of My Hero Academia, and the seasons aren't very long. It looks like they're like 20 up. Like first season's like 13 episodes, and like the other ones look like 20 episodes. So I'm like, all right, that's not too bad.
I will say though, My Hero Academia actually did finish up their
It's going on. Like,
finish up the series and stuff.
Yeah, it's like ending right now, or it's already ended. I seen that.
Yeah. It's already ended, and actually in manga form, I got the last volume. It's like about 40-something volumes. Like I think 42 was. I think the 42 was like the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I can't wait to pass you on My Hero Academia for watch, and I'm gonna be the #1 anime fan on this podcast. Look what you've done to me, Gables. When we first started this podcast 13 years ago, Gables, nearly, I hated Nintendo. Anime was bad. And now here I am. Now I'm fucking #1 Atlas fan in the world. Definitely on this podcast. And now I watch anime and I like Nintendo. Well, I enjoy Nintendo. They piss me off, but I play Nintendo. We are 20 minutes in this podcast, and you got to the part of the show. Yeah. So that's where I'm at, Gables. It's down. I'm down bad right now. Down bad watching anime. So I say I'm like, what am I doing with my life? You know. Anyways, this is, I swear to God, a video game podcast where Gables and I get together every week and talk about video games, everything we love about them, and everything in between. Like I said, I'm Tyler. That's Gables. If you guys like the show, like what we do, please support us. We are on every podcast service out there. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever. 5-star reviews helps out with that. Helps out with the algorithm. On YouTube is the best place to support us. We really pushed that one hard. We are over the 550 subscriber part now. That's just great. We've been like stuck in like the 530, 540 range for a long time now. So it's nice to have a little bump the last couple weeks. But we do have, thank you. We do have a membership that's just $1 a month. If you want to sign up for us. We don't have anything like to give you for it, but it's just a way of saying thank you. We like what we do. Like I said, we're two guys. We just do this for fun. Gables is a full-time job. I'm trying to find a full-time job. If you guys are hiring, please don't judge me for watching anime. If you can get past that, and I understand if you can't, I am in need of a job. So my severance is running out. So that would be great if we can get that going. But anyways, Gables, let's jump into some news. I was like, okay, there's not gonna be a lot of news this week here. It's quiet time of year. Everything's round down. Wait, Thanksgiving last week here in the United States. Christmas is coming up. Usually, we got the Game Awards, stuff like that. Then we had a big bombshell that dropped on Thursday night, Friday morning. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers Discovery. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack there. This will probably take years of development and all that. I'm sure it's going to be stuck in lawsuit hell and covered over a million things. We got the Ellisons from Paramount involved. They're all pissy about a lot of things. But Gables, obviously we're a video game podcast. We can talk, there's a million things we can talk about here. First off, Gables, it's just great to see the rich get a win for once. Thank God for them. It's just it doesn't happen enough. More big giant corporations combining together is only good for the little people. We always talk about that, Gables. I can't talk enough about how much that's great for us. But we see how well that goes in the past. But Gables, obviously the big thing here for a video game side of things is the fact that Netflix now owns Rocksteady. They own NetherRealm. They own I don't even know what the fuck. What's the one? What's the one in Montreal? The one in I can't remember what the other one's called. But they basically own the TT games. They make the Lego games, stuff like that.
Right.
But I mean, Gables, do you foresee this meaning much for the video game side of things for WBD, Netflix, whatever the hell it's gonna be called?
I'll be perfectly honest with you. For Netflix acquiring like Warner Brothers Universal and stuff, and tons of this like mega deal and stuff, I think this is a horrible, horrible thing that's about to transpire and stuff. Because even though it could potentially be voted down or something, and they may have some sort of blocks that may come into effect right before, I mean, it's in the process now to where obviously there's going to have to be some things that are going to be signed off upon it and stuff. We're not going to possibly see this type of deal potentially pass until maybe 6 months from now at the earliest, possibly. I've looked a little bit into this.
They're saying fall of next year, probably. That's if there's no issues with any blocks or anything.
I anticipate there to be a lot of issues with this because we're talking about two huge, we're talking about a company by Netflix that's acquiring an incredibly huge, the company here in Warner Brothers Discovery, right? And so it's like, this is like how many $billions or something that they're trying to spend this year?
they're buying it for 72, but it's 83 if you include the debt that they're getting from Warner Brothers Discovery.
Right.
But
So they're absolutely trying to pay the debt here.
Yeah. So, but they're not going to take on the cable channels because those are pretty much worthless at this point. So like,
yeah,
TNT's, what is it? TNT, TBS, CNN, like any cable channel. I think they're going to keep the streaming side of things. So they're going to keep HBO Max. So those things will still be involved with HBO Max. But as far as like TNT, the cable channels, those are already being spun off. Most big companies right now are spinning off their cables, and like they're kind of in the entertainment world. They're being called the shitco. Basically, like all these like big like Paramount has been in the works of like spinning off a lot of their cable channels. Same thing with Comcast. Basically, any big companies that have cable channels, they're just trying to get rid of. They're trying to dump them because they're dying brands right now. But anyways, yeah,
right.
$83 billion.
Which ultimately kind of leads up to more what I've been trying to say is like this potential deal here would be horrible for multiple different fronts. Obviously, in terms of what we've seen before with past major acquisitions, like say Microsoft with Activision Blizzard and stuff like that, we're talking about huge amount of consolidation stuff. There could be potential stuff that could happen with this current deal where we actually may see some actual studios possibly close if it's like just to try to instill a lot of their people inside of like specific spots for WB. Obviously, with any type of major acquisition, there's always turnover regardless because you have one guard being replaced by the other and this and that. But I could see it potentially being
David
horrible.
Zaslav will still be involved. Just want to let you know.
Oh God, that's still fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that dude was initially hired on to try to stabilize and try to get that company back profitable and stuff, and instead he's just done one thing after another, just selling off any type of major assets or closing major things and stuff that he deems not like profitable.
Gables, do you want to know how much money he's going to get for this?
Oh, probably a hell of a lot.
Give a guess. Give a guess. What do you think? How much money do you think he's going to get for this?
Oh, brother, he's probably going to get like about 13 to maybe 16 bill, maybe.
Oh no. But in stock options, what he's going to get?
Oh, stock options. I have no clue.
$660 million.
$660 million. Jeez. Yes, and that's just for the stocks in terms of that stuff.
And he's going to keep his job. So.
Oh, yeah, obviously he's going to keep his job because they managed to figure out a way
David
to
Zaslav
have
is the
that
only person
going.
that's had anything good happen to him since Discovery and Warner Brothers merged together. He's like the
Yep,
only person that's benefited from this thing.
Oh, yeah, man. So it's a typical kind of like a executive type of things to where you're going to find ways to try to line your pockets and stuff before you eventually go out with your golden parachute. Mm-hmm. But
best job in the world.
Yeah, but honestly, you touched upon it before, for the cable providers, just like for a lot of the people that are still invested into watching things on cable, obviously the older demographic, like from Gen X to boomers to even some bit of the greatest generation that are still alive and stuff that still want to watch cable and like different types of, 50 plus pretty much. Yeah, that sucks for them because it's more recognizable channels potentially just being pulled and stuff down the lines and stuff, which sucks. But I just don't anticipate this deal just being beneficial to anyone. All I'm thinking about, it's more of a monopolization of what we got going currently. Bigger companies swallowing up bigger companies and stuff to create an even bigger company and stuff. There's got to be some sort of like red flags that are going off here that'll potentially be blocked, in terms of this acquisition from happening. But obviously there were some concerns and stuff with Microsoft with the Activision Blizzard deal that went on and stuff. And that deal ended up revolving to where Call of Duty went on to multiple different platforms and did this and did that, alongside other things. But what I'm saying is whenever you have two big companies like combine into one, and like you lose more options in terms of like what you got to go into in terms of like a specific field. Like, for example, because Warner Brothers Discovery have multiple different fields, not just for video games, but also for movies, also for cable channels and stuff. I mean, the cable channel stuff is not going to be affected. Obviously, streaming is the biggest thing. Yeah. So at most, we're probably going to see like Paramount. If this does go through, we're going to see like Warner Brothers stuff from like their HBO Max freaking app maybe just getting combined or something into one, consolidating one app for the other. And obviously Netflix is going to win out on that because they're going to get all that content, from like whatever Looney Tunes, whatever type of freaking things you got going
All the
here, and
HBO shows,
HBO shows
DC.
and stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's just even more reason for more cost increases.
Yeah.
Because that's what ends up happening too. It's like you get a whole bunch more product, got a whole bunch more things you got to shell out money wise, and that's going to be hurtful for the consumer in the long run because now you're going to be paying probably like what, close to about 25, maybe $30 or something a month for Netflix.
We're already doing that right now, so.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, even though if we are doing that stuff right now, and a lot of streaming services are doing that, it's gonna get even higher after this initial merger were to happen.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, in the long run, this doesn't benefit anybody besides the people that made this deal that are gonna line their pockets. It's just that simple, personally.
Yeah, I mean it's the downside of to like kind of the way the system's set up is like when you constantly got to grow, and you're at the point now where Netflix is at the like where they kind of peaked with like where like like it's a company that's gonna like they're not in any trouble. They're gonna keep grossing in billions of dollars every year in revenue. But the problem is that people want to see the revenue go up every year. That's the way our system's designed. The only way to grow is by buying something major, and that's what they're doing here. I'd highly recommend The Town. It's a really good podcast that's covered. There. Matt Bellany and Lucas Shaw do a really great job of like covering the entertainment world of like kind of like the Hollywood and movies and TVs and all the stuff that goes on there. And they had a really good podcast breaking down a lot of stuff there that I highly recommend you check out. They're a lot smarter than me, but Lucas Shaw is actually from Bloomberg. He was the one that actually broke the story, and he talked about like he was actually in a like kind of like in a class, like just kind of like talking to like some students that want to be like they want to work in Hollywood, they want to work in movies and stuff like that. When the story broke, and he was the one that unfortunately that told them this, and it was like that you can like he said you can see it on their faces like all these kids that like wanted like their dream is to like work in this business, like their hearts just drop. Like you can see the heartbreak on their face because like it's like you said, Gables, it's less jobs, it's less opportunities, so they can then that means less options for them to go to, so that means they can pay less for these people to come in, and they can charge the consumers more because there's less options. So it sucks.
Exactly.
But the problem is, I don't know. I think Netflix is probably the best option of. It was either going to be Comcast, Paramount, or Netflix, and Netflix is probably the best option because they are different enough. Even though they cover a lot of the same things, they are a different enough company that like that there will still be there might be a little bit of separation of church and state here on that end where if it was Paramount or Comcast, they're basically the exact same companies. They have their own movie studios, they have their own cable channels, they have all their own stuff that they would all just kind of like everything would be absorbed into this thing and like you basically say goodbye. But I mean, I don't know. Honestly though, as well, like with Warner Bros. Discoveries, like I've been talking about this for forever now. You can go all the way back to the Time Warner merger in the mid '90s, then the AOL merger, then there was the DC merger, then there was AT&T, then there's Warner Bros. Discoveries, and there's a couple of mergers in there I've missed that has all led to this moment of like this. I don't know, where these companies are just kind of in a screwy situation. Like it's a thing where like you got to keep getting bigger, but eventually you get so big where you can no longer function because you're too big, and that's kind of where they're at. And like we see this with like, so it's like this weird thing of like, well, we keep merging and merging and we keep getting bigger and bigger, and eventually it's gonna be bad for us, but we have to do this because otherwise our stock goes down and then people get mad. So that's kind of like I don't know, Gables. It's a shitty situation. I don't like it. But this is kind of like somehow Gables. The joke has always been, okay, which future is going to happen to us? Is Terminator going to be the real future for us, or is it going to be Demolition Man, where Taco Bell just owned everything and everything kind of sucked? And somehow we got the worst of both worlds, where AI is also going to happen and Terminator is going to kill us all, and then one company's going to own everything. But unfortunately, it won't be Taco Bell. So we might lose our Chulu.
I kind of feel like personally, I kind of feel like it's going to be more like a Demolition Man type of thing. I think AI, personally, even though it's a big thing going on in the tech industry and there's raising prices upon different chipsets and RAM and stuff like that, making things like even more so expensive. I think AI is just a colossal bubble at this point in time.
Yeah, it's going to burst.
Because it's like, it's going to burst eventually. I humbly feel like that this is going to burst eventually, kind of like back in the day where you had all these different companies and stuff doing like that whole .com type of like bubble and stuff, and then all of a sudden, just like almost overnight, just exploded, and then like all these companies end up going out of business because of the success. Oh, hey, I'm gonna invest inside of like my own different types of website right here, and blah blah blah, and this is gonna be this way and that way, and then.
Yeah, we've seen the same thing in
But
2008 with like the housing crisis and stuff like that, where eventually
yeah,
But my concern, well, obviously the bigger concern though is it only takes one asshole to create AI that ends up killing us. That's the main thing. So we're all
yeah,
gonna be
that's fairly true.
yeah. So it'll probably be the Ellisons that own everything eventually, and then also Terminators come and kill us all. So that's probably what's gonna happen. That's our future. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Gables, I do wonder though. I'm like, I wonder if they even know about NetherRealm yet. Do you think Ted Barrow? I can't remember Ted something from Netflix. I wonder if he knows about um, anything about NetherRealm or Rocksteady yet. So that's what I want to know about. I want to be in the. Is like, what the fuck did we just buy?
Got it. Well, they probably would have to be aware of it somewhat. You would think.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's like a
it's
colossal package.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's a gigantic package. I'm wondering how far down the list it's got to be before they get to it. So, or even if they
I
care.
mean, think of it this way. I mean, let's look at what Warner Bros. Discovery have for like their main series stuff for video game stuff. You got Mortal Kombat, you got Harry Potter, you got friggin' like
Yeah,
the
but
Lego
they care more
games
about the
and stuff.
IPs though than they care about the video games that come out of them. So
I know.
Yeah. So I hear a lot of people like fantasy booking. Oh, what if we let Rocksteady get a hold of this IP from Netflix or whatever? And it's like, man, we're just doing the same thing we did 3 years ago with like Activision when Xbox was buying, like, oh, dude, what if Rare gets a hold of Banjo Kazooie now? And it's like, oh my god, and it's like is Activision better now? I don't think so. I mean, like, it's also the same thing. Like, simultaneously though, like two things could be true though, where Activision was kind of fucked as a company. They're like, okay, well, they're pretty screwed. I guess Xbox owning them is better than them just kind of going off. And then I don't know. I mean, it's like, I guess I don't know. It's one of those things that like I talk about. Like, we need big companies. We need our society is built upon those. Like, we need movie theaters. Movie theaters is important. We need AAA games. AAA games are important because like that's how people get a name in the industry or meet other people, and that's how a lot of indie companies are made, is because they met other people while working on AAA games. So usually they got laid off at those AAA games and then made their own studio. Then they built them up and made their own things. Looking at you, Hades. But yeah, it's just, it sucks. It just kind of sucks to see this. It's like, I'm like, every time I see it, I just like, ugh. But I don't know. It's like, also, it's like two things can be true though. Yeah. It's like, this sucks, but also I guess like it could have been a lot worse. It could have been Paramount or, Comcast buying up and just absorbing them into nothingness. And like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
who knows?
true too.
It sucks. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's gonna be those things though. It's like, I don't know. Everything. It's gonna be a year of now of like a lot of questions, and even 2 years from now, I doubt we're gonna have a lot of answers about anything. So I just hope that there's gonna be a lot of layoffs. I feel bad for those people. I feel awful. Like they're just kind of sacrifice. It's like everybody. David Zaslav's gonna get his $660 million and gonna be able to keep throwing his Hollywood parties and make famous people come hang out with them because he's an important person. They have to be nice to him. While Joe Schmo's out there, they're just trying to live paycheck to paycheck and get fucked over. So, but Gables, let's try to get some a little more exciting here, a little more fun stuff here. We're gonna try to raise the mood here, Gables. We're gonna go through our top 20 games for the month of October. It's America's favorite segment. My favorite thing to do every month. Make Gables guess the new games on the list from the previous month. We're a little late. It's been sitting in here for a while just because there's been other things going on news-wise. But Gables, we're gonna go through this here. The top 20 selling games of the month. This is all Nice Aces based off dollar amounts. Remember?
Right.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me, very burpy. 5 brand new games on here from the month of October that made the top 20 list.
Okay, I'm basically gonna probably do just 3 guesses here because I don't want this to be drug out a little bit here.
I want to see you suffer.
But I just kind of am curious though. How many of these are Nintendo games?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
I think there was only one game in October that came out for Nintendo. I think there was only one.
So let me
one new game
here. One new game, and this is in October.
Yes, there are technically 2 games from Nintendo on the list, though.
Right.
You bought both of them.
So look, I did buy it. I bought both of them from October, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, what am I thinking here? It's not Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Nope,
That one was like, that
that
was
was June.
earlier.
It's not on the list.
That was June. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's on the list.
Or July.
Um, oh, that was July. Jesus Christ, no. Kirby came out in November, right?
Yep, November
Let's see.
20th.
Yeah, November 20th, and then that Hyrule one, that one came
November
out in
6th.
November as well. November 6th. God, yeah, that was just out there and stuff. Let's see. I What about that Final Fantasy Tactics thing? I
They
think
are
that one
first
was
party
not
games,
even
Gables.
first party games.
For
Okay.
Nintendo. So what Switch 2 games have you bought for Nintendo recently?
Oh yeah. Pokemon Legends Z through A.
Number 2.
Good. Okay. So that was the first one.
What's another Switch 2 game? It's not like a new game, but it's a Switch 2 game that you bought. It's a first party Nintendo game. In the last 6 weeks, give or take, maybe 2 months.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting too forgetful for this type of stuff. I'm very surprised I guessed Legend ZA here. It was also in the month of October that released. Let me guess. Is this a action game? Is this an RPG? Is it what? Can't guess. Okay.
Platformer.
Oh, that's right. Mario Galaxy.
Yep, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Yep, it was number 13 on the list. So it technically came out in October, but the previous month's recordings went through October 4th. So it came out October 2nd. So that's why it's not technically a new game, even though it came out in October.
Okay.
So Final Fantasy Tactics is on the list, though. It is 14th. That game came out in September, though.
So I did guess.
Yeah. So we have
at least
1, 2, 3, 4 other brand new games, Gables, on this list that came out in October. Two of these games were day one Game Pass games. Technically, both actually published by Microsoft.
Well, actually published on Microsoft here. It's not the Gears of War remake.
No, that came out in
August. I think that was September. That came out in August. Okay. Yeah, that came out in August.
I beat one of them.
Okay, they're both. All right. Yeah, that's true. Okay, you beat one of them.
Another one is a game that we're calling it the year of this. People have been calling it. It's a franchise that you like. It's a brand new game from a franchise you like. It's on Game Pass.
God.
It's not an Xbox. It's not an Xbox franchise, but they did publish it from Japan.
Oh, holy crap! Xbox playing they published from Japan. This is really good. God damn it!
We got a remaster of one of their games earlier this year. So they shadow dropped it. Some people would call the remaster black. Something.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden 4, number 11 on the list.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
The other one is a Xbox first party game. This is a studio that has put out 3 games this year for Xbox.
Wow. It's put out 3 games this year for Xbox.
They made my game of the year from 2014.
Try to think. What was your game of the year now? 2014.
I went on down to this town. And I had myself a time.
Oh, South Park. Okay,
Yes,
so it's from Obsidian. So Obsidian is what made The Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, you are correct. Gables number 7 on the list. All right, we're gonna there for that. Gables here. The other new games we had number 1, Battlefield 6, and the other new game number 8, Little Nightmares 3. Look at them go.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna go through the top 20 here, Gables. Number 20, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 19, GTA 5. Number 18, Helldivers 2. Had a nice bump up because it came over to Xbox. So they had a nice jump up and then
right.
So, but yeah,
right.
Fall back down a little bit, but yeah, still holding in there. Number 17, Minecraft. Number 16, Silent Hill F. My baby girl holding in strong there. Number 15, Sonic Racing Crossroads. Number 14, Final Fantasy Tactics. Number 13, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Number 12, College Football 26. Number 11, Ninja Gaiden 4. Number 10, Borderlands 4. Number 9, Digimon Story Time Stranger. Number 8, Little Nightmares 3. Number 7, Outer Worlds 2. Number 6, Madden NFL 26. Gotta swallow. Sorry. Number 5, EA Sports FC 26. Number 4, NBA 2K 26. Number 3, Ghost of Yotei. Technically, that was an October game, but because, like I said, came out October 2nd. Last month's tracking went like the first week. So they were number 1 last month, and now they're number 3 this month. Then number 2, Pokemon Legends EA. Number 1, Battlefield 6. So yeah, pretty good list there.
Wow.
Anything surprise you with that one, Gabriel?
Honestly, the Pokemon game being number 2 and stuff like that, like right under Call of Duty, like
Battlefield.
That's kind of surprising to me because Battlefield. Okay. That one is just surprising to me because I thought that would be like a little bit lower in terms of like where its positioning would be at. I mean,
It is cross-gen.
Pokemon's definitely a popular franchise. It's cross-gen and stuff like that, so that makes more sense. Actually, Final Fantasy Tactics just placing upon this initial top 20 is really interesting too.
Well, it was
I know
number
it's
10
a
the previous
remaster.
month, so it actually, came
Yeah,
out in September, so 2 months in, still on the list. That's good.
that is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a remaster of a classic, so it's not too surprising, but at the same point, just having those type of like specific style of like niche games and stuff like that inside the top 20, they generally last maybe for about a month. Some barely even crack the top 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that though, I mean, that's kind of what I saw first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I like these kind of months. I kind of find a way to enjoy all the months. I'm like there's the months where like nothing comes out. It's like, okay, what's just kind of holding in there? That's fun. And then the new months, see what's kind of sticking in there. So yeah, like like Battlefield 6 being number 1. That's good. Like I said, like I'm not a giant fan of these franchises like I used to be a long time ago, but I've kind of fallen off of them. But like I said, like I don't really care about these franchises, but I think like I said, being Call of Duty having competition is good for the industry, and it's
Yes.
nice kind of like have maybe okay, like, or like like I said, like Sonic Crossfield Racing coming in, and just like maybe I don't know, maybe like Nintendo should like look at them a little bit, like, oh, okay, all right, we're looking at you. Oh, Gables, I don't really know, I don't really have much to say on this, but did you hear about the rumors of apparently there might be some Mario Kart DLC coming out next week or in 2 weeks?
I have not heard anything in regards to any type of rumors of DLC.
Yeah, I just heard like
At least not that.
I don't know much. Like apparently there's been some like there was like they did an update this week and someone kind of like looked into like some of the stuff and it looks like something will be happening on the 15th, maybe potentially there. Some people are looking at it, maybe like it's Donkey Kong related because like obviously like people have mentioned like even at launch when it came out, Mario Kart came out, that there wasn't like a lot of like Mario Kart or Donkey Kong like skins in the game. So a lot of people just figured that when the Bonanza came out that there would be a it's a free update with some more stuff for that game, and then it never happened. So some people are wondering that, but there's also some people are now wondering. It sounds like it might be a little bit more than that, maybe like some paid DLC. So we'll have to wait and see on that one, Gables. But I don't know.
That's the first I'm hearing of it. If we're gonna hear anything of it, though, I mean, it's either gonna be the Game Awards or possibly even like something just off the cuff, just randomly and stuff on their app.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the Nintendo Today. Honestly, I think I would put my money on the Nintendo Today app. I heard a lot of people mention, oh, this could be a Game Awards thing, and I somebody got mentioned every time. Since Reggie has retired, they have not done anything with Jeff Keighley. Like they'll do ads, they'll do advertisements for his at his shows, but they have not had any announcements of any, even like small things. Not even Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong. We haven't had anything like that since Reggie had retired. So it'd be. I mean, I think that'd be awesome because it'd be kind of cool to see Nintendo back in the fold a little bit with Jeff Keighley. But I don't foresee. Gibbles, can I just say something about the Game Awards?
What?
I think he has Half-Life 3. I think this is the last podcast that we will ever do on the show before the announcement of Half-Life 3.
Why do you think Half-Life 3 is going to be announced to the show?
Let's just say, Gables, I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. I think he has it. I think Gables, I think he has it. I think it's going to be there. There's been a lot. We got the Steam Machine coming out next year. Gables, if you're not going to have when we got Half-Life Alyx when they put out the VR headset, Gables, like who would have thought that would happen? They do a tease at the end of that game for more Half-Life. So I would just say, when would be the best time to put out more Half-Life 3? Now's the time.
That would make
Half-Life 3.
I do agree that if you were going to go the route of Half-Life 3, something that's been speculated of and like definitely been hyped up over the since the release of Half-Life 2 stuff for the Orange Box way back when around 2007. I mean, for God's sake, now would be definitely close to the time you would want to announce it because you want to hype people up of trying to buy the initial Steam machine stuff that they release next year, especially if it's tied into exclusivity for like a specific amount of time for your platform.
Or it's just on
I
Steam.
mean,
But I
yeah,
mean,
I get it.
I think a lot of people might buy a Steam machine though, if like if they're not in the Steam world. So
It has to be one of the best things that they've ever like revealed in order to get people to pay like upwards of maybe $8 to maybe $1,000 or something for a freaking Steam machine.
Yeah.
If rumors are to be correct with the pricing of the system.
I think, but it's also Steam, so I wouldn't be shocked. I bet that thing would run great on a Steam Deck. So just imagine Half-Life 3 Gables on your OLED right now. How good that would feel. How good that would look. I think that would look amazing.
I think I'm already looking forward to. I bet. It could be. I mean, I'm not dismissing it, but it definitely would be a fun thing to think about.
I just think Keely's been very confident the last couple of weeks. He's been a lot more. He's a lot more active this year. He's not like I said. Usually he comes out and he's very vocal about like, hey, like he does a good job of like settling expectations when he doesn't have it. And this year he's not being like, I have this, I have that. There's been like a ton of announcements going in. I'm sure we'll get some updates throughout the week, but
he's been quiet usually.
He's been tweeting some stuff, I guess.
Right.
And there's also that weird statue in the middle of the desert somewhere that people are tweeting about, trying to figure out what the fuck that thing means. That nobody understands it. No one no one has a clue. Probably some weeby fucking anime bullshit that no one cares about. Yeah, who knows? It's definitely not Atlas, because as the number one Atlas fan, I would know it's Atlas, and it's not Atlas. So, but guys, we got some other news this week here I want to jump into before we get into what we've been playing.
All right.
Some other little updates here, some rumors potentially. So Assassin's Creed 4, the remake, apparently will be coming out March 23rd. Prince of Persia, that remake, is scheduled as of right now to come out in mid-January, but that sounds like it will not be at the Game Awards. So, but that's been that one that's like they had like remember like they debuted it like 40 years ago or like it's 2020 they debuted it. It's supposed to come out in early 2021. Everybody hated it and they had to like switch it over and restart the whole project. So apparently that's coming out in like about a month. Eidos Montreal, the people that made your game of the year, Guardians of the Galaxy, one of our game of the year from 2021, 2020, whatever.
I think it was 2021.
So the game they were making before they were bought or they were sold off to what the fuck's that company called? The shitty company that buys everything up.
Embracer Group.
Embracer Group, thank you. Before Embracer Group bought them, they were making Legacy of Kain. A new Legacy of Kain.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
That franchise series, yes.
Yeah, so a lot of disappointment there. And they replaced a game that was announced several years ago as a Game Pass game. It's the game. This is like a small studio based out of Ukraine that was come out like 2021. Obviously, it got delayed a couple times, and then obviously the war in Ukraine started. So they have come out and said they have put out a new trailer. Looks fucking amazing. I cannot wait to put my face on this game. Coming out March 12th. So good for them.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that one. But Gables, let's jump into what we've been playing here. Gables, do you want to go first? Shall I go first?
I'll go first this time.
Okay.
I've been playing 2 games, really. I've been playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and I've been playing Blueprints.
Oh, can you do Blueprints first, then we'll talk about Marvel Cosmic Invasion after?
Yes, absolutely. So Blueprints is a indie game that was released earlier on this year. It's been on Game Pass. It's on actually PSN like Plus and stuff. I downloaded it on my PlayStation 5 and stuff. I wanted to give it a shot. I've been kind of like delaying a little bit of it because I've been interested in other things, and obviously I was on my Fortnite run over the past like month, so it's like I wanted to try something different this week. I had the opportunity, so in between playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion stuff, I started playing Blueprints. And so basically what this is a puzzle game. It's a roguelike puzzle game. And what I'm saying is you have a specific amount of steps you have to make in order to, until like say you run out and stuff and you have to retire for the day. So the beginning portion of the story is you are the, I think it was like the great nephew or something like that of this elderly man and stuff that has this big old mansion and stuff like that. His wife was like a kid's author or something like that, and she made a lot of her fame and stuff doing that stuff. So inside of this initial mansion, he wants you to find a hidden like room 46, right? So there's like about 46 rooms inside here. And he wants to try to find this hidden room 46, but he wants you to do it inside of 50 days. And within the 50 days and stuff like that, there's like specific rules you got to follow. You can't take things with you to the outside and stuff after you're done per day. So there's a couple of things that will kill a run. So one of which is if you run out of steps. You start off with 50 steps, and if you deplete it, it's like it's automatic. Okay, we got to go back here. But another thing that will actually end your run is when you enter a room, like say when you first enter the mansion and stuff, you have three different pathways. And so when you try to go through one of the doors, an option pops up to where you can like curate like a specific room, and it's picked up at random. Now, there are certain items you could pick up in order to try to straighten out the process or maybe even reshuffle. For example, if you pick up items like a pair of dice, it'll allow you to re-roll the different options. So, for example, the first run I initially had, I created like about 6 or 7 rooms. And so I basically went through the center. I picked the specific type of room. I think it was a den, right? And so it has like a couple different pathways. Like you have the opening that you can go into this room, but that there's two other branching paths you can also go through to try to create another room. And so basically the whole theme of this game is you're trying to find this hidden room, but you have to do it in a way where you have to solve different puzzles inside of these specific rooms. Like for example, there's this one game room, right? This billiard room to where you have this big old pool table, and then you have this hanging flag for dart set or something like that. You have to solve a puzzle in order to get like specific items from. You have to get this key card, right, inside of this initial thing that's locked in. So sometimes puzzles can be like that, to where you have to solve different types of patterns or something like that in order to have something unlock. Another could be pretty vague, like say you have to say go into a dark room, right? But you have to have this specific item in order to like read a specific thing in order to get a code for like say for something else, or even to operate say the dark like this dark room or something like that. You have to find a like a surge box in order to turn on these different switches, right? And so each run is different because you'll have different rooms that'll spawn. I think the in terms of days that I've gone through so far, I'm on my eighth day. I have done about 7 different runs, right? The last run was my longest because I actually went into like got close. I went got close to that specific room that they bar off at the beginning of the game and stuff. There's something called the antechamber, and that room itself is all barred off. So, if as like for as far north as you get through this like dungeon, this initial mansion, things start getting a little bit harder. So you'll need specific keys in order to go through and like progress through certain doors, or in order to create certain rooms, you need like a couple different jewels, or you need like some of that sort. And then there's other like filler rooms, like you got corridors and stuff. You got like a four-way, which this initial four-way and stuff it requires like 2 jewels in order to create it. But there are specific rooms that you could create that'll help you in terms of drafting like specific rooms of that color, get like certain items and stuff. So there's a little bit more of complexity to it. There's a little bit more of thought that goes into it. The game, when I went through one of the rooms and stuff, one of the signs of the game say, "Hey, you need a notebook and like a little journal or something." It may help you if you write certain things down, right, in order to try to get things like remember them more quickly. For me, I do struggle a little bit of comprehension stuff, but what I have learned already is there are specific puzzles inside of this game that once you go through them a couple different times, it's going to be easier to retain. Like, for example, there's this one room where they have these three different boxes. You have a white box, a blue box, and a black box. Now, if you read the little bit of paper inside that room, it'll tell you, okay, there's one box that tells nothing but the truth. There's one box that tells nothing but lies. And then there's one that's sort of like in the middle, it doesn't like say anything like that. It's just nothing is in it, pretty much. And so I figured out exactly which ones are which, and so every time that I go, I look at the top of this box that I feel is the one that tells the truth all the time, and then I go and unlock the box that it is to get a couple of jewels out of that. And of course that helps the run because now I have a couple of jewels, I can craft this other type of room and do this and do that. The story of this game is fairly like vague. The runs, the initial runs that you go through, it can be pretty quick too. Obviously, you can speed things up if you had, like, say, a pair of running shoes or something where you can just move quicker throughout the thing, you or you find these different types of like items, like say you have you can find a sledgehammer in order to break open certain locks or this or that. But what I'm saying is this game is fairly fascinating for me because this is presented like a specific type of puzzle game, like a point and click puzzle game in a different type of way. Because in the past, when I've played certain games of this type, it's incredibly vague. You have to try to look up different guides in order to try to figure out certain puzzles. For these ones, it's not as bad. Of course, having the roguelike element and then all of a sudden boxing yourself out of like progressing any further and then doing that, because that happened quite a bit of times too, to where I created these different pathways, these different rooms, but because I created specific ones that kind of box each other in, it kind of blocked me from creating other rooms. And when you do block another room and you have like a different entrance or something in this one room, you'll go into that room and then all of a sudden it's boarded up, so you can't like advance further. So it's like rearranging like say puzzle pieces in a way when you're creating things. So for blueprints, I've spent roughly about 2.5 hours. It's a fairly fun game, but it's definitely a challenging game. And quite honestly, it's just going to be one of those games and stuff where you're going to end up beating it randomly after spending like about 8 or 9 hours or something trying to play through this and
Yeah.
figuring stuff out. But the other game that I played, Marvel Comic Invasion, I have not beaten the game. I have played probably until like around right after you get that one female fighter that has the sword and stuff
Yeah.
that you have to try to save.
Yeah.
That's the spot where I actually left off of, but
Okay.
I've been playing only as two characters so far, and it's intentional because for this type of style of beat 'em up games, I love to stick with the X-Men characters, so I've been playing with like Storm and Wolverine, which I gotta tell you something, man. It's like playing as Wolverine and knowing immediately that it's the same voice actor that voiced Wolverine in the animated series. That one really made my day because for one, it's like I grew up listening to this voice actor voice Wolverine throughout the years, and he sounds incredibly old now. I mean, that obviously so, that kind of goes to the old man Logan sort of thing. But oh my gosh, man! I mean, this is fairly simple to understand. There's not a lot of combos, not a lot of in-depth stuff. It's kind of like with Shredder's Revenge, where you had some combos that you can potentially do, but it's up to you really to try to figure out. Okay, maybe if I do a specific combo or something, I can actually wedge enemies in the corner and stuff, and just see how many combo hits I can do with their limp body or something like that.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I did that with one of the and with one of the bosses. I think her name was like a Nihilus or something like that. I think I did that with her body or something. I got like a 300 hit combo and then I just stopped because I dropped it. Oh my gosh. But what I'm loving is the attention to detail of like specific universes for like the Marvel stuff. Like for example, there's this one area you go to a little bit earlier on that has oh god, the Forbidden Land. The Forbidden Land. There's this pterodactyl
Oh yeah.
like boss and stuff like that. Sauron, that's his name. So Sauron is like instantly a character I remember way far back because his main initial thing is deception. He'll go through and he'll try to hypnotize you and just try to just try to kidnap like certain people from like villages and this and that. When you face off against Sauron, he does have his own types of like various like swooping attacks and this and that. And so I thought it was pretty cool like facing off of this. But yeah, the different bosses in this game I think are very fucking cool because some of them are characters that you have seen before, like they're heroes that get like overcome by this insect like mind control and stuff, and then you have all these various bosses of like characters, like say a Sauron or like a Master Mold or something like that, or even like one of the ones that I loved personally was the the boss like the Null, the complete like creator of like the symbiotes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So, what have you actually done in terms of this game, Tyler? Have you beaten it? Have you like?
Yes. Yeah, I finished
Okay,
it. I finished it today. It's not super long. Um,
no,
you could probably do it in a few hours. It took me
probably.
probably a little over 4 hours. I did like the first thing after I beat a few levels, I went back, because you can on the first level you can like do it pretty easily, like 300-400 combo, and people like
Yep.
I've seen like there's like the trick where I see people are doing like, because every character has each individual like levels they go up.
Yes.
Level 10 is the cap, and I guess if you go, you could do like an easily 2,000 hit combo and get everybody up to level 10. I didn't do that. That would take way too long, and my fingers were hurting. So I would basically go and do like after like a few levels I went with every character, and I did the first level, and I got like I would do like a few hundred hit combo and get everybody up to like level 4 or 5 pretty quickly.
Mhm.
So I did that. It just kind of helped because like there's a couple fights, a couple boss fights where like I was actually struggling a little bit. Like Venom was a tough boss fight for me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like but I was playing as different characters every single time. I was actually going with the characters. They do recommend characters for each level, and I beat every level with the recommended characters. So like that was part of it too. Was like all right, but it was cool because it was constantly making you play as different characters. It was weird though, cause like
Yes.
some levels, because like there's some characters like like I wouldn't use it. Like I'd like use them like level 3, and then like I wouldn't use them again until like level 13. I'm like, oh okay, there's a couple, and then there's like some characters like that, like they recommend like 3 or 4 times, or some characters where it's like one, like maybe twice. Um, but yeah, like I actually liked a lot of the different characters. Like some of them are kind of the same characters, just kind of different. They look a little different, but that's fine. But yeah, like every character is cool. I enjoyed them. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the story. Yeah, it's just fun. Like it definitely as like it's like it kind of reminds me of, like almost like those '90s cartoons. Like gets to like the lore of some of those like those old characters that I like quite a bit. Like I like the MCU and stuff like that. But like yeah, I enjoy that. Yeah, that like, and then also just like we don't get a lot of these type of like old school beat 'em up style games, so I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
Yeah, like I said, I finished up through. It's not one I'm probably gonna put a ton more time into afterwards. Like it's one of those things like once I kind of beat it, there's not really too much left for me that I want to care. There is like you can do like the old school arcade mode that I heard is just kind of like a shorter version of like it's kind of like you don't do all the levels. It's a little shorter. You get like it's like an old arcade style where you get like 3 lives and stuff instead of like um I think, well, I guess you don't actually get lives in this, but like it does, like I wouldn't say it's super hard really. There are definitely like some levels where like I was like so the Venom level, there's another level later they haven't got to yet, Gables, that like I died a few times at, like, but like I wouldn't say it was like overly hard, but like yeah, like I still enjoyed it. I had a fun time with it, but it's also like I wouldn't want like an old school crazy hard arcade game either though. Like, but yeah, it was just
Right.
fun. It's like very nostalgic for me. I will though say, Gables, not to be like a Debbie Downer here, but kind of playing this after playing Absolum, it's like, man, Absolum is so much better. Like I love Absolum so much more.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, but like it's not fair. But Absolum is like one of the best beat 'em up games I think I've ever played. And like, but this is also like a very good a very good game. It also has an IP that I love and I care about. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I would say like maybe like if I had to like rate like between like like Street Rage 4 and like Shredder's Revenge and this, I'd say like I enjoyed. This is probably my least favorite of the 3. But I also have more nostalgia for like Street Rage, like was one of my all-time favorite franchises growing up, and then obviously growing up as a huge Turtles fan back in the day, so that helps a lot too. But one thing I love, honestly, though, but this game is like the tag style stuff where like you can like have your characters jump in
Yes.
and like just jump in, like almost like they kind of like took some like stuff from like fighting games, and like I don't know, I don't think we've ever seen that in a beat 'em up game before, if I remember correctly, but yeah, I love that aspect of it, and like just kind of like constantly hopping between. But yeah, like this game is really, really, really good. Yeah, like my honestly, like yeah, like I said, it took me like 4.5 hours. You could probably, like I said, if you feel like you're good enough, and like for something like Gables, if you're just kind of stick with your characters, you're maxed out your levels, like you'll be fine probably. It definitely gets a little more difficult, like constantly jumping between characters and not really using them as much. But yeah, like I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's like, but it's one of those things where like I enjoyed it. I might jump back and play it again, a year from now, or if you want to jump in and play a game, I'd be totally down to do it. There's a couple achievements that are locked if you don't play multiplayer. So
I will say this, dude. It's like I would really love to play this if it had like a full set of like 4 players and stuff, and also you have like the 6 characters like switch between. I think that would is
well, no,
probably
you can
the
have 8 players because you can, or it's
oh
4 players.
right.
It's 4 players, and each person gets 2 characters. So you can have 8
Yes, so
different
it'd be
characters.
like 8 fighters. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be pretty interesting to try out because that seems like it would be a hell of a lot of fun just steamrolling through the damn game doing that way.
Yeah, I do wonder if it scales maybe for amount of people playing, but
You
yeah,
would
like
think it would, right?
yeah, it's a fun game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's definitely like I would put it like an 8 out of 10 type of thing, but like it's definitely like it's nostalgia, and also just like it's a franchise. It's a IP, not a franchise, but like it's a style game that we just don't get a lot of like good ones anymore. So it's just always like it's always just nice to have those come back. And I like I said, I hope we get more good ones, and like, I hope this game does well and they keep making them because.
Oh no, shit. I mean, these type of fighting games and stuff have been really good quality. I mean, for God's sakes, it's like it borrows a lot from the Shredder's Revenge thing in terms of like say some of the conditions in terms of finishing certain levels, like with certain characters. And what I love about this Marvel Comic Invasion stuff, you collect these little cubes and stuff, and then you get to unlock certain modifiers and stuff. You get to unlock certain like types of like artwork or this or that. I haven't tried the modifiers yet, but man, I'm really kind of tempted to do so because I think I've unlocked like 2 of them. I just basically just started place my cubes to the center. I just started going outwards and stuff, so I didn't really like just started like just randomly doing things. I want to try to see if I set it just when I branch out, maybe. But I think there's like about 100 some odd cubes.
It's 101. When I finished it, I had 72 of them, so I got most of them just beating the game. I didn't do a lot of the challenges though. Like I think maybe half of the challenges. So
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, and then also each one has like their own cube hidden in there too. So the other game though I kind of mentioned already. I've been playing. I played a couple other games. I'll kind of speed through here. Absolum, another game I've been playing through. I jumped into it a couple weeks ago. It has like it really enraptured me. Like there was like 2 straight days where like I just like no lifed it just playing this game. Like I should say no lifed it. I think I put like a solid like 9 hours in like 2 days playing this game.
Wow.
Like I put more in since then, but it's like I was telling Gables like it's a roguelike mode. This is actually made from the Streets of Rage 4 team. It's basically they kind of like they added like a roguelike mode to their Streets of Rage 4 later on, a free update. And they kind of like built their own game out using that kind of what they used to make that game. And it's like it's all their own stuff, different thing. It's like story is like whatever, but like it's just like okay, it's a beat 'em up game, side scroller beat 'em up game. But what's great about it is like when you hit somebody, like it's just the way like the controller, like I'm playing on PS5, so but like just the way the controller vibrates, like you can feel the impacts of when you're hitting them and stuff, like which is something like honestly when I was playing like I said, like playing like Marvel Cosmic Invasion, I'm like, oh man, I'm just kind of missing that. I've been spoiled by Absolum here, but like just like the impact of it. There's different characters you can play. I think there's like 5 or 6 different characters you can play as, but like there are like you start with 2 and you unlock more as you go. But like what's great about it, so it's a roguelike game, but like there are branching paths, so it's not like you're just like playing like the same rooms over and over again. Like I love Hades too. I'm not like no knock against it, but like you are playing a lot of the rooms. They mix it up a little bit as you go, but like you're kind of like, all right, I know the pattern, I know what's gonna happen here. But these like there are like multiple, like pretty much every like little section there are multiple branching paths, like all the way through like the end. Like I've rolled credits on it where I rolled credits on it where like I actually beat the boss, but there was actually like another boss to beat after that. I haven't done that yet. But like where like I've gone through and I've gotten to the final boss probably close to a dozen times now. But like I have not seen all the sections of this game. I've not seen all the areas yet. I've not beaten all the areas. I haven't beat all the bosses yet. The game, like, even still, like, even like beating like the like, like rolling credits on it, I'm still like the game is still pretty hard, pretty difficult. There are like obviously the things you can find like where that make you like you get like your boons where you can like, oh, I have fire abilities to this one, but once you die they're gone after this. And then there's like the things you can, like the crystals that you get that you can use to like give you permanent updates, like upgrade your health or upgrade, like you can actually like there's like sidekicks, you can like hire sidekicks. You earn gold throughout like the gold that like only lasts for that run. You can use like hire people to like fight with you, and eventually like they'll fight with you till they die or you win. It is online. There's local and online multiplayer. I did jump over with a rando once, and I did it like my third run. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a quick run here. The only thing maybe that kind of sucks is like the runs can get a little long for like a roguelike game. It's about, if you get away with the final boss, it's close to an hour. We're like,
wow,
even like when I beat like Hades 2, like yeah, I'd say the first time you get like you finish like Hades 2, like you can finish a run, it'd be like 40 minutes, and then by the end it's like 25-ish minutes. So like once you get good enough at it, you know what you're doing. And even still, like this is like taking me like 50-ish, I would say, to get through a run. But like, man, the combat feels great. All the different characters feel good. There's one character I really don't care for. I don't really like using him. I don't use him very often. But like, yeah, like I just, man, the combat, the way the combat feels, like just like you can feel like just the way like the vibration of the controller with the DualSense. It's just like you can just feel like the impacts. It's like, oh man, I love it. It feels great. Like the like I said, the story is fine for what it is. I don't. It's like it's whatever. But it's like Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I beat that game. I couldn't tell you what the fuck was happening. I just like, oh cool. This character showed up that I love. Awesome. And this is like, it's just, oh man, I adore this game. Like I said, like I beat Hades 2, and like that obviously but that game took me 35 hours to beat. And I rolled credits, and I'm like, I know there's more, but I'm done with it. This game, I think it took my 9th run to I finished it. I rolled credits on it, and I've done, I don't know, another 10 or 12. It's been, I've played it about a week just because I've been playing other games. But like, man, like it's definitely a game that's just like, every time I turn on my PS5, I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to just do a run right now, because it's just, man, it feels good. It feels fun to play. The music is actually really good as well. Man, I love that game. It's one. It might crack my top 5 games this year.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's saying something. And then another game I'm playing. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one. I played this. This is a game from a small studio. It's called Demonschool. Gables, you've probably seen it out there. A lot of people have been comparing it to Persona. I actually watched a interview from NoClip that I don't know if it was like basically the director, I guess, the creative director. I don't know what his title is technically, but basically the head of the game. He's like very definitive. He's like, it's not a Persona like, it is a Shin Megami Tensei like. And he actually like compared it to like they built this parameters around the game where they're trying to make it like a Sega CD game. He's a huge like Sega CD and Sega Saturn fan growing up. So he built it around those parameters, like of like, we want to make it like a modern day Shin Megami Tensei game. That is like, but it's like built like it's like it could work on a Sega CD. And he actually mentioned that he wanted to make like a cool collector edition where like it would actually work as a Sega CD game, but because the Sega CD has like there's something on the edges of the disc that you can't, of the CD, where you like, it's like Sega has something in it where it's encrypted, so like people can't like hack it or whatever. That they couldn't do that for that reason. But yeah, so it's a really cool thing. He like the really great interview from him on NoClip that I highly recommend people play. But it is like it's a Persona like, but there's no like I'm saying Persona because I've only played Persona. I've not played Shin Megami Tensei. But like it is like there are daily things, like there are like, hey, you can like, you gotta go talk to these people here. It feels a lot more handholdy. So like I only play like 5 hours of it. Where like, all right, well, it tells you where to go and do these things, but there are like little optional things you can do. There are like the afternoon segments, like you go to an island, you're at a school where there are demons involved, and you have to like, one of the first things you have to do is like find like a tape that will like, if you watch this tape, I think it's set in like 1999. Oh yeah, it is set in 1999. Like apparently like, the apocalypse is gonna happen on New Year's, so you're like kids trying to stop it. And like, but the main thing is like the combat, where it's like more grid based. Where like you can only move left or right, and there are diagonal if there are enemies there. You can like move a diagonal to attack enemies, and you have 4 different characters you can use, jump between. Looks like there was more characters you can play as. Or I kind of fell off after about 5 hours. I like the story. I enjoyed the story was fine. I actually enjoy the characters and the dialogue. It is all reading. It is reading heavy on that end. If that's something that will turn you off. I guess for me, what kind of turned me off was like the gameplay was not the actual like combat stuff. I did not care for. It's like I'd say like I feel like they nailed everything else. I love the art design. I like the characters. The story is good enough for what it is. I'm like, okay, the combat isn't awful. It's not bad at all. It's just like it's not. Oh my God, this is not something I want to spend a lot of time in. But I'm like, okay, I'll keep playing. I'm enjoying this game. And then I found the game was like 25, 30 hours. And I'm like, okay, wow. I am not enjoying it that much. Like if you would have told me this game was like 12-ish hours, I probably would have kept going. If I'm like, okay, I'm like a third of the way through, or if it was like that 12 to 15 hour range, I think I would have been like more, like I would have kept going. Because like I said, I was enjoying the characters. I was enjoying the dialogue. I was enjoying like the setting and all that. I'm like, I like where this is going. I'm like the combat, okay, it's fine, it's whatever. And then I kind of looked into it. Cause I kind of jumped in without like really reading anything. And then I was like, okay, like, sorry, excuse me there. But I was kind of reading it like, okay, like that was kind of the main complaint for people is the combat, and that it only kind of gets heavier as you go along. And I'm like, all right, I'm like, I can get like, I'm something that can get by lesser combat to get through a game. I'm enjoying the storyline, but I'm like, I am not like I'm looking at like the barrel of another 20-ish hours of this game. That and like it sounds like it doesn't get much deeper past that point. I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna bow out here. But like I say, if you maybe this is something that might be your style of game, I say check it out, or at least like look at some trailers, maybe read some reviews about it. But like yeah, like I really liked the creator. I liked what he was saying here. I liked the art design. Like there was so much I liked. If the combat was just maybe not so much of it, or if it was like just expand a little bit more, or was like I don't know, like it did not click for me. I think I would have been thinking I would have played more of, or if it was shorter. Like I said, like I'll play a 30-hour 7 out of 10 game. I have no problem with that. Like the gameplay is fun enough. Like I'm someone that played all of Final Fantasy 0, and like that game was not good, but I played a bunch of it and I really enjoyed it because that gameplay was just dumb fun. And it's a little harder when like the combat is not good, but the story is really good, and it's like 25, 30 hours, and it's heavy on the combat. So, but like I don't know, like it's fine. It's like I would give it like it's a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10 for me. As you know, but most of that is like I'd say the game, everything else with the game is like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. It's just that gameplay is like it just drags down enough where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate because like I liked a lot of this, but like it kind of like it was me playing that kind of like got me to want to jump into Persona 5 Royale, which I'll talk about more next week. But yeah, I mean next week, or maybe we won't because we got Game Awards next week. So, but yeah, I think that Gables will wrap it up for us this week. Unless there's anything else you want to jump into.
Oh no, we're good.
All right. Well, guys, we'll be back next week. We'll be talking about the Game Awards and everything announced there. So hopefully all your dreams come true. Hopefully this will be the last podcast we do before Half-Life 3 happens and all that. But anyways, if you guys like the show, like what we're doing, please like, follow, subscribe. We're on every podcast service out there. 5-star reviews. Leave the comments. Go check us out on YouTube. There are links down below for all these things as well. If you want to sign for a membership on YouTube, it's just $1 a month to say, hey, we like what we're doing. We have a couple of members right now. It'd be great. We can't get the money until we get over $100, and we are not at $100. So it'd be great if we can get that money out of YouTube. But anyways, I was your host. I was Tyler.
And I've been Colonel Gables. So until next time, everyone, thank you for listening to another fun-filled episode of the Drunk-Nerds Podcast.
And hey, Gables.
Yeah.
Ooh woo.
Yep, too sweet to you too.
Give me an ooh woo.
I'm not going to.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Ooh woo.